Good morning, my name is Lorrie. Welcome to my channel. We are quilters. Today we are looking at a study in Scarlet quilt for Build-A-Block Wednesday. Let's take a look at what we did last week to get started. Here are my little flying geese. We made these 4 at a time. Flying geese last week, 2 dark greens, a brown, and a light green. And we will join these together. Let's take a look at my hand-drawn block right here. And you can see the placement of these cute little flying geese. And the pattern is dark green, dark green, and brown on the outside edges. And they all point inward. So let me organize these a little bit. We are going to join these together today. Of course, today we will be completing this entire block. So I'm going to put them together in pairs first, and then I will put them together in the strips so that I can assemble the whole block. Here I have the center. I am making this center using stitch and flip. So I put a 1.5 inch square in the corner, sew it and flip it over. And I also have the bigger blocks, the 5-inch squares, 2 dark yellow, 2 light yellow, and I will be making 4 half-square triangles using those pieces. Let me move my book out of the way. I need to draw my lines on these big yellow blocks. This will be my cut line, and then I will stitch on either side, 1/4 inch on either side of this line, to make my half-square triangle blocks. So let me mark these. And we can get started at the sewing machine. I need to pair these up, right sides together. It is good to choose 2 colors of yellow that have good contrast for this block. Let me take all my little parts and pieces over to the sewing machine, and I will be right back to share with you. Here I have things sewn together. I have my geese sewn in pairs. I will press those toward the bottom of the geese so that that seam has a chance to lay the way it wants to. I need to trim off these corners and press them back. When you do stitch and flip for square and a square, you add the opposite pieces first. And last I have the large half-square triangles. These blocks need cut in half right on that little line that I've been talking about, and now they are ready to be pressed and trimmed to 4.5 inches for parts of the block, the big block. Let me go to the iron and we will take care of this, come back and assemble it. Round 2 of sewing is to join these together in one long strip, all 4 of those. So I have 4 units. And to finish my sew and flip center, these will need trimmed in a moment. Here I am with all of my pieces almost ready to go. I have sewn my 4 geese together to make 4 sets. And let me show you how I pressed these. They are all pressed upward, and I was very careful to sew with the triangle on top, not the goose, so that I could see and try to hit that point. So it made it more likely that I would have nice sharp points. Not perfect, but close enough. So now I have my center and my 4 pieces. I know, you're thinking, it was stitch and flip, it should be perfect. Well, in theory, it should be perfect. But I can see that I got a little over because that one piece stretched quite a bit, I noticed. So I am going to trim it. I see that 3 sides. That one didn't have much. And there we have a more perfect shape. I see there's still a little hitch there, but it's all right. I will line it up so that it comes out perfectly. And last but not least, I need my 4.5-inch square, and I need to trim these at 4.5. Then I will be ready to assemble all the units for this block. Oh, honey's being a helper. She sees the kitty. She wants the kitty to play with her so badly, but Kitty wants nothing to do with Honey. Poor Honey. It is time to lay out this block. I'm going to start with the center. Now, this is assembled like a 9-patch, even though these geese units are long and thin. It's still 3 across. So it is very 9-patch-like. And the dark yellow makes a pinwheel, basically, with stuff in the center. So you turn it 1/4 turn every time, and that is the block laid out to assemble like a 9-patch. Let me get to the machine and we will talk about pressing. You can see as this is laying here that these want to go out toward the bigger solid piece of fabric. So that means I will press either this inward, or I think it will probably be pressed open to reduce the bulk here at these spots. Let me go to the iron and I will be right back to put this together. I will say before I take this to the sewing machine, the challenge of this block is that these geese stretch a little bit, so you might want to use a little bit of spray starch. I will be right back with this finished block all ready to go. I am back from the ironing board. Now, because this was so stretchy and I didn't have the foresight to use a little bit of starch on my pieces, I did pin because it was stretching out. And if you look here, you can see this is a little bit off. So I am going to trim it even. It just means that that goose out on the end will be a little bit smaller whenever I put it into the quilt. But I do like the way this block has turned out. Be careful with the half square triangles. Of course, it wouldn't matter if you put them all in for the dark yellow or all out, whatever your preference. And that fussy cut center, I did a good job cutting that fussy cut center. I'm so proud of me, yay. But here it is, Woodland Path. I hope you've enjoyed assembling this block, and you have a wonderful rest of the week. Thanks for watching. Bye. Please like and subscribe to make my day.